Hey there, welcome back to the High Performance Method. I'm your certified high performance coach, Sebastian, and I've been missing for some time from this context. Now, I haven't been missing from the creation though. As you can tell, I am now in my new home here in Florida. What a blessing it's been. And as we have a whole new month ahead of us, I wanted to make a really special lesson on what you can do moving forward to make sure that you have a phenomenal rest of the year, because it's already 3 months in. The quarter's already done. There's a whole new possibility still available for you in what's to come. In fact, we're just getting started. There's so much you can create. However, you got to get intentional as to what you're creating. So for this new month coming up, let's start to get clear on a couple different things. Number one, in order for us to be able to put new clothes in a closet that is already full, what must you first do? Said in a different way, you open up your closet to put in a whole new outfit that you just got at the store. However, it is bursting at the seams, no pun intended. What do you have to do? Simple, you gotta take clothes out of the closet that are currently in there so you can make space for the new ones that you just got. In like manner, you gotta start to get present too. If you're gonna create something for yourself in this month to come, you gotta make sure that first you leave last month behind. What I mean with that is, maybe you had some sort of task or responsibility that you had committed yourself to do. Maybe you made a promise to a friend, coworker, yourself, family member about something that you were gonna get done. Now, time to get real with yourself. Did you get it complete? Did you do what you said you were gonna do? Did you finish that task, that project, that conversation? Did you do what you said you were going to get done? Because if you haven't, not a problem. The thing is, right now, that thing that you haven't done that you've committed to, or that promise that you made that you haven't been able to keep, if it hasn't been communicated, it's gonna continue to be and live in your life. It's almost like when somebody owes you money. Let's say a friend of yours owes you $100. Now, as that friend owes you money, next time you see him, the first thing you may think of is, you still owe me $100. Meaning that the $100 does not live in the past, it still lives in your present day. In like manner, the goals, the promises, the tasks, the things that you've made, the promises you've made to people around you that haven't kept, may still live in your present day today. So let's get clear about them. Very clear, very simple. All you gotta do, acknowledge them. Now, by acknowledgement, what I mean is you recognize those things. The way that I personally like to do it, pen and paper always. Getting everything from here out externally opens up a whole new space for yourself, literally. So ask yourself the questions. What promises did I make for myself in March that I haven't kept? Write them all down. They can be as big or as small as you choose to. This is all for you, no one else. What are some promises that I made that I haven't kept? Another one, what are some projects and tasks that I planned on doing and I haven't done? Another one, who is someone that I've been meaning to communicate and connect with that I haven't yet? Now, as you start to get present to all of these promises, all of these tasks, all of these responsibilities that you have for yourself, it's also really important for you to start to acknowledge the consequence of you not completing those tasks or responsibilities. Doing so will start to now recreate you and the relationship with the person and with which the promises or the tasks were not completed. Now, when I mean the consequences and when I mean to share that and communicate that and acknowledge that, I don't mean chastise yourself. I don't mean make yourself wrong about it. All I mean is, hey, I promised that I was gonna do X by Y, and it's now Z, and I haven't done it. Now, the consequence of that is maybe you were waiting for this project to get done for you to continue doing something else on your own. Or maybe you're waiting for a conversation with me once we completed something and now we haven't had the conversation yet. That's it, simple. Doesn't mean anything crazy. All you gotta do is acknowledge the promise that you had made for yourself and you didn't keep, and from there, what are the consequences? And from there, what you're gonna have is a new space for you to walk into. So, here's what you do. You make a new commitment. You make a new promise. You give your word for something. When you buy something, you go to the store, you hand over money or a credit card, and they give you back whatever you just bought. Meaning, your money got committed to something. In the same manner, you gotta put your word, you gotta put yourself at risk, you gotta commit yourself to something. That way, as you're doing whatever you're doing moving forward, you actually put effort and time into it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be empty promises. Hello? Hi there. As you're walking now into this whole new month in front of you, you now have a new possibility for you to live into you, this new you. You've now taken what was still out here, potentially, put it back there, so now you can walk into a whole new open month. And now comes the fun part, the intentional part, the creation aspect of it. Because life doesn't just happen. You don't just create space and everything that you want to fills in that space. No. Space gets filled up with something always, but what it gets filled up with, it's up to you. So now that you opened up the space for this month to come in April, have you gotten clear as to what those particular goals or tasks or responsibilities or projects that you want to get accomplished are? Have you given yourself a structure around it? Are you focused in too much in one area and not the other? Is your financial life thriving while your health is plummeting? Are you growing in your career, yet your relationships at home and with friends barely exists? All of these questions are going to start to set you up for a month that is going to have you create a life that you truly want to. And this is all about intentionality, and this is what high performance is all about. High performance is not about achieving more for the sake of achieving more. Not at all. Not at all. High performance is all about living a totally engaged life with the people around you, growing, expanding, keeping all areas of your life balanced. It's like this. You have a bicycle wheel. In order for the bicycle wheel to continue to roll effectively, all of the spokes need to be intact. As one spoke falls off, then another falls off, you then start to see that the wheel may start to get wobbly. It is no longer totally round. In such manner, your life is the same way. So take a look at your life. What does your life look like? What are the areas of your life that right now you see you could put more work into? What are areas that right now are the quote-unquote spoke not being fully on the bicycle wheel? Because when you can take a look at your life in that way, you can sort of take a look at what areas of your life you got to work on, so that as you continue to grow and expand, your health, your finances, your relationships, your career, everything else that you're working on right now does not take a hit. It's all about a balanced life. And it takes a sense of intentionality in order for you to create that life. So, April, how are you going to do that? If you want some support, I have a form that I've created, and it's been created for some time. In fact, it is the first step that my clients take when they're working with me in high performance coaching. I am open to sharing that with you at no cost, because it's a form that opens you up to start to create the goals in your life that you want to focus on for the coming 30 days. Crucial. If you'd like to get the form, you can send me a message directly and I'll gladly share it with you. I won't put it up here because it loses value. What is free always and what is given at no cost without any sort of initiative or any sort of personal action is not taken seriously. It's taken for granted. Now, I'm not going to charge you any money for it. No way. I'm giving it to you at no cost. The only thing that is going to take of you to get the form is to reach out and say, hey, Sebs, that form you talked about in your video, let me get that. I'll share it with you. But again, it takes that personal initiative, you taking an action. Take the beginning of this video, take what happened in March, leave it in March so you can step into April as the whole new month ahead that it is. And from here, start to realize that intentionality, that level of intention that you set for yourself is going to start to increasingly take your life to the next level. It's like the magnifying glass. If you take a magnifying glass and you put it to the sun, eventually that ray of sunlight will start to burn. Like in such manner, your intention starts to give you focus as you go through your day. So I challenge you, I encourage you, I invite you, take this on. Start to build for yourself this level of intentionality in your life so that you can start to continue to expand and grow, leading you to the life that you're here to live. Because time is moving quickly. 2020 showed us anything can come out of the picture that we even know is possible and wipe it all away just like that. So if anything, don't take your life for granted, because it can just as easily go as it's come. But it's you that makes the choice as to how you live it. God bless.